Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It started like any other recording day at the chase. The lights beamed down from the rafters, the production crew bustled around setting cameras and mix, and the warm-up comedian had just finished getting the audience laughing. Host Bradley Walsh, as affable as ever, adjusted his cufflinks and smiled at the camera. Another day, another bunch of brave contestants ready to take on the chaser, he whispered to himself with a grin. Backstage, chaser Darragh Ennis, known affectionately to fans as the Menace, was reviewing his notes. Despite his formidable presence on camera, Dara was the most analytical of the chasers, often spotting patterns no one else noticed. Today, though, he was distracted. Something odd had been gnawing at him for weeks, and it had finally come to a head. He closed his laptop slowly, stood, and walked toward the studio floor. Unbeknownst to the contestants and even Bradley, today's episode would become one of the most controversial in the chase's history, because Darragh Ennis was about to uncover a crime live on set. The team was a vibrant mix. First up was Mary, a retired librarian with a mischievous sparkle in her eye. Then came Dev, a software engineer who admitted he applied for the show just to meet Bradley. The third contestant, Janelle, was quiet, a bit cagey, answering questions with clipped confidence. And finally, there was Richard, a charismatic antiques dealer who spoke with the polished certainty of someone used to being believed. As they took their places, Bradley welcomed them all and kicked off the first cash builder round. Mary performed admirably, scoring £6,000. Dev scored £4,000, flubbing a question about Shakespeare that visibly annoyed him. Then Janelle stepped up and, surprisingly, rattled off a perfect round, £10,000. The studio applauded, and even Bradley raised an eyebrow. Very impressive, he said. Quiet ones are always dangerous. Finally, Richard stepped up and began his round with smooth confidence. But it wasn't his performance that caught Dara's attention. It was something else. A question came up: which English artist created the piece known as Ophelia in 1851? Richard didn't hesitate. Sir John Everett Millais. Correct. Dara frowned. The round ended, and Richard walked back to his seat with £9,000. As the crew set up for the first head-to-head, Dara motioned quietly to a production assistant. "Can you pull Richard's contestant form for me?" The assistant blinked. "His form? You mean his application?" "Yes," Dara said softly. "I need to verify something." Quietly. Back on stage, Marie faced off against Dara. She played cheekily, teasing him after every answer. The audience loved it, but behind the banter, Dara was distracted. He'd noticed something during Richard's cash builder, an uncanny precision in answers, particularly obscure ones that even well-read contestants might hesitate over. Midway through the break, the assistant returned, a tablet in hand. Dara scrolled through Richard's form. Occupation: antiques dealer. Interests: football, chess, Roman history. No mention of art or pre-Raphaelite artists. Yet Richard had answered that Millais question without blinking. It was possible he was just smart, but something didn't add up. As the show continued, Janelle breezed through her head-to-head with Dara, opting for the middle offer. She played defensively but efficiently. Again, her knowledge was oddly precise. Dev, on the other hand, was eliminated. That left Mary, Janelle, and Richard for the final chase. During the break before the final, Dara asked the researchers for a list of questions used during the cash builder rounds, not just for today, but for the last 5 tapings. The team was puzzled but complied. Within minutes, Dara noticed something alarming. Several questions asked during recent episodes, ones involving Richard or Janelle, had a peculiar similarity to questions featured on a well-known trivia blog. A blog that wasn't public. It was locked behind a paywall and used primarily by trivia professionals. Dara himself subscribed to it. His mind raced. Were contestants somehow gaining access to internal question sets before filming?